great line of Tennessee pitchers, specifically the last couple of years, and they think Aaron Newer could be the next great Tennessee pitcher. It's a heck of an opportunity for her today. Carly Wyckoff is the number 3 hitter. Had a go-ahead single in the 5th inning yesterday. 13 games in a row on base. One on, one out for the Razorbacks. That's their first swing of the game on the 14th pitch, and it's fouled away by Wyckoff. And don't forget, the best hitter in the nation so far, Brie Ellis, is on deck. Held in check last night, did have an infield single and a run scored against Pickens, but insane numbers. Lofted into right by Wyckoff. That's Gabby Leach for the second out, and we'll get our first look at Brie Ellis today. Not your typical Brie Ellis day at the plate, though. She made up for
this, wanting to get a little revenge against Tennessee today, and you're at bats and bounce back quickly. We just finished kind of late last night. Quick turnaround today. Not a lot of time to stir on it if you're her.
Chested by Nugent on ball 1. 64 career homers for Brie Ellis. Those are the most among active Division I players. Last weekend against Oklahoma, the nation's #1 team, had a ridiculous series. 5 for 10, couple of homers and a walk. And she's in a 1-2 hole here.
And more indecisiveness. Kind of a check swing where maybe she's guessing out of the hand, but just thinking about it, trying to breathe through it, trying to reset, get back on track with her confidence and the really good eye that she's had at the plate this year.
Newer misses down and in.
And when you look at her stats, 27 walks, just the 7 strikeouts, and 3 of them came last night.
It was her first 3 strikeout game since February the 23rd, 2024. That's over the head of her teammate Courtney Day, who's waiting on deck. The country's home run leader coming into the weekend, Brie Ellis, ready for a 2-2. And she slices it out of play.
Liking the way, Kevin, that Aaron Newer is mixing her speeds. Bring it up to 70. I've seen 60. I've seen 52. So she's throwing 3 speeds early in this game, and I like to see that to try to throw off a very aggressive hitting, big swinging Arkansas lineup.
Another 2-2. Ellis is jammed and still muscles it up the middle. It doesn't need to be right in the hit me zone for Brie Ellis after hitting a first pitch home run off of Carlin Pickens last night. The transfer who began her career at Texas, played 3 brilliant years there. Transferred to Ole Miss after the 2023 season, but Courtney ended up not playing. She was out of the game for a year, at least collegiately. She was a college prep math teacher and a coach at Tarkington High School in Cleveland, Texas. But she kind of got the bug back in part because she enjoyed coaching, enjoyed the mental part of it, strategic part of it. Led Tarkin into the playoffs. By the way, they hadn't had that good a year since 2006 and decided there was a little bit left in her game. So here she is, back at the big stage, back in college, now in the SEC at Arkansas. And she has had an All-American type of start, slugging .865 with 10 homers and 41 driven in. But she's going to strike out on a timer violation. She was not in the box by the time she needed to be with the pitch clock or bomber jacket all day. But hey, Arkansas gets a late lead. You never know as the Razorbacks go for a series win. But with Robin Herron in the dugout, the freshman Peyton Burnham gets a start for Arkansas. Her first pitch is low to Kinsey Fiedler. What do you expect from Peyton Burnham today?
A lot of change in speeds. It's what worked well for her against Oklahoma whenever she faced them last weekend and got to pitch over 8 innings against him and had really good moments against one of the best offenses in the country.
Fiedler, a little looper to short, and she's thrown out at first. That ball was deemed to have hit the dirt, and Natalia Rijo throws out Fiedler for the first out. Some tweaks to the Tennessee lineup today. Sophia Nugent moves up from 5 to 4 after a 2-hit game. Boo Gibson homered as well. Bella Fogg gets a start. Karen Weakley's team got good performances from Gibson and Nugent. The rest of the team just 1 hit. Carly Davison had a wonderful game yesterday, is retired. And Erin Newer, 70-mile-per-hour drop ball is low. First time seeing her pitch in person, she's got a really confident look.
Yeah, she does. She's long, spins the ball very well.
Down to third, kicked by Panel, and couldn't get it there in time. Kennedy Miller beats it out, and this Tennessee infield continues to struggle.
Yeah, we're early.
Well, all 3 of the 8th inning runs were unearned yesterday due to an error against Destiny Rodriguez. And that error opens the door for Reagan Johnson, the leadoff hitter. Johnson shows and takes strike 1. Struck out looking in the first. Her first swing of the game. It's off the glove of the third baseman Panel. And Arkansas, for the second straight game, opens the scoring in the second.
Love this approach by Reagan, but that is exactly what Reagan Johnson needed to do with a runner in scoring position and to take advantage of that mistake by Tennessee to score a run.
The leadoff hitter Johnson with only her 5th RBI of the season. And saw Smokey Eds make a deflected motion. I'm not sure on the replay. That may have been hit so hard it got under Panel's glove. Either way, it's an Arkansas lead. And with a 2-0 count to Kramer, here comes Megan Rhodes-Smith.
Yeah, just the errors. I mean, really, when you think about it, it's 2 critical errors leading to runs in 2 of the last 3 innings that Tennessee has been out in the field.
And then this carries over from yesterday where Tennessee tried to get down 2 sacrifices, failed on both bunt tries. And then this was the error in the 8th inning with 1 out against Rodriguez that helped open the floodgates. Then a couple of bases loaded walks followed that.
Yeah, just in all different parts of the game, right? We showed the miscues on offense, we showed it on defense, and then in the circle with a couple of walked-in runs. And when you're Tennessee and you look at yesterday's game, you struck out 16 times offensively. It's like, okay, you may have games that happens, but you have to be sharp in other parts of your game in order to try to score runs, to advance runners an extra 60 feet with bunts, and take care of things on defense when your pitcher gives you an out.
Well, Tennessee's now allowed 45 runs on the year, 16 of them unearned. That's 36% of the runs they've allowed are unearned. And another walk. Kramer has walked twice in the game, and they're loaded up for Carly Wyckoff.
And when I think of taking advantage of errors and free passes, I instantly think of Oklahoma and their dominance over the last 4 years at being so good at doing that against teams. And it's what Arkansas has done well in a couple of the last innings that they've played. They've made Tennessee pay for the free passes and errors.
Kaylee Wyckoff had a bases loaded hit yesterday. Wyckoff pops it up, and that will get to the netting. It's 0-2. One strike away from limiting the damage, Aaron Newer. And Wyckoff loops it over the head of Gibson. It will land harmlessly foul. And don't turn your eyes to the on-deck area, Aaron Newer. He's got a .660 on-base percentage. He got 16 home runs. The best numbers in the country waiting there. Brie Ellis. Wyckoff. And Wyckoff gets a piece. Nugent couldn't hang on to this one.
And look at all the pitches that Arkansas has already made the freshman throw. Not even through 2 innings. 54th pitch of the game coming.
26 in the first. Here's her 28th of the second with the bases full. Wyckoff out in front again. Looped into right. Arkansas leaves them loaded. And the team has made a whole lot this weekend. They lost 6-3 yesterday. They trail 1-0 today. If only it could have been mic'd up Sunday. This was in between innings moments ago.
Mic'd up Sunday at noon during the day is a different feel than mic'd up at night, that's for sure.
An unearned run, their 4th unearned run allowed on the weekend. Karen Weekly back-to-back Coach of the Year in the SEC. Her team has only lost 1 series in the SEC over the last 2 years and the first series of this year. That loss was in Fayetteville 2 years ago. And Arkansas is trying to turn the double. Peyton Burnham runs the count full against Destiny Rodriguez, a Tennessee designated player.
Burnham already adjusting with that changeup from the first game. Remember, Tennessee started to take that pitch just like that. So in the prior at bat, she had elevated that pitch a little bit to throw it for a strike, and you could just kind of tell that maybe they're just going to go ahead and start taking.
Karen Weekly told us this week, I don't feel like you can develop your identity until you get beat around a little bit, and I don't know if we've had that yet. In that respect, this is what she wants to see. This is a good test. They lost yesterday. They came back a couple of times, but never took the lead. They're down early today. And you lose this game, you're staring down a potential series sweep at home tomorrow. So you want to find an identity. If Karen Weekly thinks you have to get beat around a little bit, this is the moment where Tennessee's going to show her who they are. Gabby Leach down the left field line. Well, I'm sure if you're friends of that guy and you're watching at home, you're blowing up his phone right now.
There he is.
You know what? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
I'm just thinking about what he's saying.
Left side, that ball's rocketed by Leach, but right to Kramer.
Really good swing on that changeup, though. Good approach by Leach with 2 strikes. Anticipating that changeup, taking a 2-strike, off-speed approach, driving it the other way. That's a good swing that Tennessee offense can rally around.
First at bat of the series now for the sophomore Bella Faw. And Faw will go after the first pitch on the ground to McDowell. So 2 first pitch outs, and Burnham retires 3 in a row after the leadoff walk. Brie Ellis, Courtney Day coming up next for the Razorbacks. All right. That was useful. I mean, it was worth the challenge, obviously, but 1 pitch later, the inning is over for real this time. Coming up next, Brie Ellis, active home run leader, single season home run leader this year in D1. It's in Fayetteville, not just on the Plains. She has been a big home run hitter for a long, long time. Pretty much her whole softball life. And the senior from Houston, Texas, probably deserves a little more national recognition for the years she's having. She's getting it with every big swing.
She asked her when she hit her first home run. She said she hit her first home run at, I think it was 9 or 10. Now I'm second guessing myself because I thought it was 10, but then maybe I thought I was tracking them, and just going to continue to do that for the rest of the year.
And we saw in the first one, 9 years old on the 10U team, so there you go. Every home run she's hit from age 9 all the way to now. And Molly's going to have to track a double here. A little blooper that fell in between 3 Tennessee defenders, and it will go as a leadoff hustle double.
There he is. Molly texted Molly back at home.
Think there's a double spreadsheet too?
Maybe.
Yeah, Ron is here. Molly watching back at home. Brie's 7th double, her 23rd extra base hit of the year. And from a Tennessee perspective, it's not an error, but it's another missed play defensively. As Leach, Mueller, and Gibson converged, and nobody could pull the ball in.
And I will say that cowboy hat he's been wearing since Brie was in middle school, it is duct taped together on the inside because he wears it to every game.
That is awesome. It's a good day for a cowboy hat, too.
Perfect day for a cowboy hat. There it is.
Courtney Deifel told us Brie Ellis has one of the biggest hearts of anyone I've ever known. And she has really clicked here with DJ Gasso, the second-year hitting coach. So has Courtney Day, who's in a full count with her Bash sister Ellis at second. Day rips one to left. That's caught by Samaya Morgan. And Aaron Newer's got the first out of the inning.
Can tell how difficult that Newer is to barrel up, and when her defense is making plays behind her and she's not getting herself into trouble with a walk here and there, she has really good stuff, and it's just the change in speeds that she constantly presents to these hitters, able to ramp it up all the way to 70. But hitting against her just like that, 59 miles an hour, almost like an off-speed rise ball, it's just difficult to time her up because she changes speeds almost every pitch.
Jams McDowell over to second. Thrown out by Mueller. Ellis takes third. Well, you can't spot a Tennessee pitcher. That's one thing that Karen Weekly said. Nobody ever says that's a Megan Smith pitcher or that's a Tennessee pitcher in terms of you have to do it a certain way. Ashley Rogers and Carlin Pickens and Peyton Gottschall and now Aaron Newer. They all got great stuff, but they're all different in their approaches, different in the way they spin it, the way they hit velocity. But the common denominator here, just great success in the circle. It's the team leading the nation in ERA.
And for the past 2 years, been one of the best and deepest pitching staffs, just not relying on one pitcher to do it all.
What makes, in your view, what makes Megan such a strong pitching coach?
I like the fact that she just doesn't come and try to make each of these pitchers cookie cutter. She really hones in to what their strengths are and makes those strengths even better. And I think, too, that they just do a good job of recruiting talent here, whether it's in the transfer portal or a freshman like Newer or a freshman like Carlin Pickens. They do a really good job of identifying talent before they even get here and make them even better once they are here.
She was a Tennessee standout, 3-time Women's College World Series participant. UT softball 05 to 08. They're used to having All-American pitchers around these parts. 2-1, drilled into left. Talia Rijo will knock that one to the fence and jog on into second with Arkansas's second double of the inning. Ellis's was a blooper. Rijo's was a laser. It's 2-0 Razorbacks.
Just like the at-bats that Arkansas has put off finding another way to score runs.
And a drive to left by Carly Davison. That ball's over the fence. Davison on the first pitch with a 2-run home run continues a sensational weekend. It is 4-0 Arkansas. just jumping on Aaron Newer early on Rocky Top. Carly Davison, who had 11 home runs a couple of years ago at Utah, with her first as a Razorback.
Arkansas is just playing with a ton of competitiveness. These first couple of games.
Change for Tennessee. It's all Arkansas on this Sunday afternoon. Jetko takes over with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. Arkansas with 3 runs on the last 2 pitches. Double from Italia Rio scored Brie Ellis, and a 2-run homer from Carly Davison follows. So Aaron Newer's day is done, and Marjetko takes over.
Marjetko has a lot of different tools that she'll bring in, a lot of different really successful pitches that she works with. That curveball right there had some major bend to it away from the right-handed hitter. Marjetko, that transfer from South Carolina, who had a lot of success there, gave a lot of teams fits, including that curveball gave Tennessee fits. Karen Weekly in their offense faced Marjetko. A big reason why she wanted Sage Marjetko is because she kind of got a first-hand look facing her in years past.
1-1 for Kennedy Miller. Carly Davison's first home run since May 11th with Utah against UCLA. It's been so long since Carly Davison homered. It was in something called the Pac-12 tournament.
That we only had for a couple of years, and we really liked it, and then it went away.
I know.
The Pac-12 went away.
Missed the Conference of Champions. Marjetko strikes out Miller, but the damage